Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back. New alien support. Let's take a look. Only two new cards. Well, we've had more alien support in the past, but two new alien cards were revealed. I believe it was yesterday. Let's take a look and then like some low tier shenanigans. It's quite ridiculous if you think about it, featuring Balkan also. This is, well, Abhyss featuring aliens more so in the extra deck because, let's face it, with the current regular alien cards, it's not, you know, good 2020-21 standards, but let's focus on the extra deck, and with the most recent new reptile archetype being Abhyss. This is pretty much like the core, at least, you know, the deck list you see here looks like a mishmash, but everything makes sense. The first part is, of course, your regular Abhyss deck, with, you know, your huge foolish burial, your painful choice, snake rain. One of the new cards for Abhyss being Lily, you know, the foolish plus monster reborn if 5 or more in graveyard. One of the cards that I recently added, or you know, compared to my previous Abhyss deck, was offering a crazy card, Icarus, and potentially could trigger your abomination also, your enchained abomination that is. Triple, well, Ash Blossom as your only hand trap, but this is different compared to my previous build, and that's going for, well, not going for the Lair of Darkness one, the more slow grindy deck, but go for the Balkan variant featuring Heretics. So pretty straightforward, triple asset and triple seal. Plus the level 8 to again make your Balkan plays go live. You know, kind of the same way as you would play Tzolk'in. Because Balkan opens up so many possibilities. And then the last part of the engine, well, two parts actually. We have Melody. It makes sense because you want like stuff for discard. It definitely helps out your whole engine, your whole setup. And of course, yeah, you need extra boss monsters like Diablos, which again, you can special summon it because a Dark Distributed, you know how it works. Also can like discard a card from your opponent, I believe, as well. Devianart because it's solid overall, while Chaos Emperor is again the flexible level 8 boss monster for potential level well, rank 8 exceed plays. Last, the alien parts, right? So two new alien cards. The one of here is Alien Buster, which is basically searchable with the combo. You will see it soon. Normal summonable as well. It has a graveyard effect. When it's like sent to the graveyard, put A counters, 2 A counters on a face-up card. Plus, during the other turn or next turn, not the turn when it's sent to the graveyard, you can pop a face-up card that has alien counters. So that's solid. Again, works well with Unchained Abomination. While this is the boss monster, the new alien one, Zilor, however again you want to pronounce it, Cosmic Pincer. It's a Link 3, it's quite easy to make because, you know, like 2 or more reptile monsters, but again you have your entire deck here. There's a couple of effects. It's very similar, or its most important effect is that it's very similar to the Buster Lock, is that as every monster from your opponent that has an A counter, it will be put to defense position and its effects will be negated. So again, very similar to, you know, the Buster Bladed strategy, while it, again, on Link Summon, it searches an alien card from the deck, so you can search this card, your Planet Pollutant Virus, which works like Crush Card Virus upon activation. You know, it destroys like all monsters from your opponent without an A counter, and on top of that, up until like 3 turns after, you know, very similar to Crush Card, every monster your opponent summons will get an A counter, and that includes, like, you know, your planet, as soon as it's activated, it will count like 3 turns after they at least the card is activated. So it again pretty much puts them under like a skill drain Buster Lock for those turns. But without further ado, let's go into the first combo, right? So again, quite, you know, close settings, because I think it's pretty, you know, self-explanatory. The first combo you see here is, you know, like your core combo, right? You have a null, discard, send dark, right? Which will be the level 8 that needs 1 tribute, and assets. So basically an heretic monster. This pretty much sets up your Balkan play, you know, like special summon tokens on both players' fields, 5 on your field, 5 on your opponent's field, and eventually you'll be using your Balkan and one of the tokens for a Link Summon. Going for Reproducus, there it is, also one of those cards that's always involved into shady things. Use its effect to, you know, make your tokens, or it's pointing towards, to a reptile monster. And then you can go for discard, Ashida I believe the name is, and she says that you can search reptile monsters from your deck equal to the amount of monsters your opponent controls with 0 attack, I believe. So basically, short set, you're searching 5. Then go for Trooper, you know, like discard your level 8 you just searched and then put on every monster from your opponent 1 alien counter and 3 on Abomination. Long story short, you're eventually able to search out Lily, you know, Foolish Burial something, Reborn something, Link 2, go for Link 3, search Virus, giving you the extra normal summon. That's something that I haven't mentioned yet. Your Link 3 has the capability, like pick away 2 alien counters on the field and it will give you an extra normal summon for a reptile monster. So again, this puts you up your quote-unquote Buster Luck. As soon as you use your Virus, all monsters from your opponent will be destroyed, at least that don't have an A counter, so normally you would just want to wait, let your opponent Link summon using the tokens, maybe let them establish their boards and then boom, blast them away with the Virus. All monsters of them are destroyed without an A counter or, you know, like an alien counter, and like again, from that point on, all monsters' effects will be negated as soon as they summon, right? Beneficial things. So something different is again your standard combo. I have the deity in my hand, which is, you know, like their Icarus attack alike card, which is basically a flexible follow-up play as well. Let's say if your opponent does have some form of negation, because let's face it, the combo itself is easy stopped, you know, Bish Balkan, and then the deity, the trap card can definitely help out with Shock Trooper, you know, the combo of Shock Trooper, discard, quick play, and then reborn multiple Abhyss monsters in your graveyard. This here, I do have access to Melody, searching Diablos, and eventually I think I tributed indeed the Dark, so Diablos is dropped, discarding a card from my opponent, search the spell, which is Lily, you know, like very similar to the first video. Here is another difference, is that going to Reborn level 4, because of this I can get a beneficial Reptile search, plus a Dark extra in the graveyard, and let's not forget the monsters will not be banished, but that's not important, because your level 8 will be special summoned during, you know, like during the end phase, and then put those banished monsters back to the graveyard. Your Serpent, basically a free extender as well, to go for your Link 3. Levianeer, the thing is that you could like send back, or, you know, force your opponent to like discard, or, you know, send 1 card back, I believe, to the deck. Make your opponent one, or at least your opponent's hand, 1 card less, but I opt to pop the tokens. This would trigger Abomination, but you're forced or locked into only being able to special summon reptiles from the extra deck. So you can't go for Draclubion, Titanic Galaxy, whatever. But by doing this, it, you know, gives your opponent less tokens to work with. But I feel that in hindsight, it's probably just better to force your opponent to, you know, like send 1 card back from their hand. Or I believe it's at random, you know what I mean. Basically, again, 1 less card for them to play around with. Because again, okay, they'll have 5 counters to work with, but there is the Virus set that, again, could potentially force your opponent to, well, like negate all of their monster effects. All of their monsters will be put into defense position. And, like, what happens here? Here, like, Dragoon cannot activate its effect. Sure, it cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects, but I can just attack over it, right? I'm going for the rank 8 Galaxy one, because that could negate Nibiru if I'm not mistaken, but it's all fine. At some point, I was also running the left card in my hand, the level 8, with the field spell, but that's not worth it, I feel. You might want to play other options. Now, let's say is, you know, okay, Ash Blossom on, you know, the big Foolish Burial, that's fine. Long story short, what happens if you, you know, don't open with your null, you know, the discard light, send the dark to the graveyard? There are multiple variations of the combo. Again, going for Bish Balkan. And as I mentioned before, is that, of course, I mean, Gamma, Impermanence, Ash Blossom are all cards that, you know, prevent Bish Balkan from triggering, but the thing is that with this deck, you're not fully focused or heavily relying on the combo. Let's say if your opponent does negate your Bish Balkan shenanigans, okay, it's fine. You're just going for your regular Abhyss deck combos, right? The thing is though, and that's probably the reason why the Lair of Darkness variant might be a bit better, because it's more consistent and less fragile, more secure, more sure, right, of your plays. So long story short, again, your combos are a little bit different, but end on the same board. Shock Trooper, discard your level 8 Aaron. All monsters from your opponent will gain 1 A counter, 3 on, you know, Abomination. Remove 2 for the extra normal summon, being the alien, and eventually I'll be tributing it away eventually, right? So end phase, Abomination activates, tributing, or destroying rather, your Shock Trooper, and then, you know, you'll gain like multiple special summons equal to the amount of monsters your opponent has with A counter. So now, I'm just going to wait with Virus. There is no reason to activate Virus just yet. Okay, Maiden will trigger, that's cool. Now I'm going to activate Aaron. on, again, like how do you say it, like a Dark Law effect, right? And now immediately blow my opponent away with Virus, destroy all monsters without an A counter, and Abomination also triggers, popping one of, a monster on the field. Interrupt with Searched, like, DD Crow-alike trap, I guess, reborning a monster from my opponent's graveyard, and that's... I mean, you see how it works, right? It's quite scary. The thing is that, again, if your Bish Balkan combo gets negated, that's fine. The deck, like, there's still stuff like Snake Rain. That's basically like your huge Foolish Burial, your Painful Choice, that sets up your entire Abhyss deck or graveyard for your combos. Again, you just... It's basically... Well... Let me say it like this, okay, you're having like an Heretic Engine in your deck, but let's say like with this field you can just normal summon a set, tribute it away for an easy, like a super easy rank 8 Exceed play. So it does come with like a small dangerous package in the main deck. I'm looking at, let's say, your Heretic, well, your normal, right? But then again, the deck plays multiple ways to discard the cards, hence why Serpent is there as well, Melody is there as well. So... It works really well together, but again, long story short, is it better than the Lair of Darkness variant? That's an iffy one. The Lair of Darkness variant is more consistent, if that makes sense. It's again less fragile to, let's say, like a Gamma or whatever. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.